Good afternoon, folks. Hope everybody is well. If you could hit the like on the way in, I truly would appreciate it. Now, it would help me if you guys did give your opinions because I don't understand. I'm quite perplexed by it. I don't get the hate that Paul Thorpe is receiving. Now, am I missing something? Is there something I'm not seeing here? Because I don't get it. I don't get a lot of it, to be honest with you. He galvanizes an audience. He's somebody that people turn up to listen to. So that is important, right? So the guy, he can get certain things out there into the world, and people will listen to him while he's doing it, which is important, right? Because it should all be about the message, not the messenger. Do you know what I mean? So there's yeah, I've not really seen. I don't know. I'm not a massive watcher of Paul Thorpe, so I'm not really seen what he's done to warrant this hate. Now, a lot of people do seem to be going for him because of finance, money, and a lot of people are making issue of him getting super chats. Now, if someone wants to donate to somebody or someone wants to put in a super chat so the message gets highlighted, that's the prerogative. That's no one else. That's no one else's fucking business. I don't understand these people. I don't get it. It's like if someone with their money makes a decision that they want to donate to somebody or drop a super chat so their comment gets highlighted, I don't really understand what the fuck that's got to do with anybody else, to be honest with you. Anyway, hopefully we get some commenters. Let me know what is your opinion on Paul Thorpe. I don't really understand the what's the thingy at the moment. Gary, I don't get the deal with Paul. People don't watch. If people don't watch him, what do you mean? I don't get the deal with Paul if people don't watch him. I don't know what that means. I might need a little bit more context on that. I don't get the deal with Paul if people don't watch him. But yeah, look, in this space, if you're somebody that can galvanize an audience to the level that he does, I think he's a valuable voice. And it does seem like he's being pushed out by people who are have old, very small, I don't know, reach and shit, boys. I don't know. It's weird. Let me know in the comments, folks. What is your opinion on Paul Thorpe? Where do you stand? There seems to be a lot going on. Typo. I'm on the go. I meant if people don't like him, don't watch him. Yeah, that seems normal to me, right? It does seem that certain people want him gone, though. That's quite a name. Paul lost 13 sponsors, at least 600 each since doing politics. I'm not surprised by that. When you step into politics, and definitely when you show support for Tommy Robinson, you're gonna alienate yourself from certain people for sure. Saskia, I think Paul's age is his downfall, and I'm sure his wife and family don't want him risking his freedom for Tommy. 600 a month each one. Mark B, people hate because there's nothing left. Paul and Danny had serious pressure on them. Wouldn't you back off if it affected you and your family? Yeah, I don't know. Eddie Cool, how's it going? Yeah, everyone can be Rambo, can't they? Then pick up yourself, mate. Everyone can be Rambo at that in that moment, can't they? I'm this, I'm that, I'm bad, I'm thingy. But if you're just like an everyday regular person and you're getting pulled by fucking on terrorism laws, it's gonna be scary, right? No two ways about it. Like Paul Thorpe, I'm pretty sure he's not got into this trying to be some kind of fucking, you know what I mean? He just came in this talking about common sense things. I think we need to take back control of certain things and we need to stop doing certain things. I don't think he was advocating like anything extreme. I'm going to call you First Tribes of England. Your name's a bit too Kim, Paul is too emotional. He got involved without realizing what he was getting himself into because he's very late to the difficulties of what we face. He's too emotional. Okay. Then it's madness. All this with Paul. If you could jump on, then it'd be interesting to get your perspective on it. Where you were. What you think? Because I don't get it. It's like I'm seeing people like counting the money in his pocket, and it's a bit thingy, man. Yeah, it's a bit. But Kim says he's too emotional. Okay. And Gary, they have clearly put and frighteners on him and Richard. No, Richard Inman's not going anywhere. Richard's staying. Like he's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's just not going to be thinking. Eddie Cool. All right, then I'll drop the link in a minute. I've seen some right hack jobs being done on Paul, Danny, Richard, and Tomo, etc. It's crap how this can happen. Yeah, when it comes to Richard Inman, like I said, I don't watch Paul Thorpe that much, but I've not seen anything from him that is particularly worrying in any way, shape, or form. When it comes to Richard Inman, though, he's been very consistent for a very long time. That's someone who I believe to be like like my opinion means anything. But Richard Inman seems to be a very stand-up character to me. Legitimate, like a legitimate person. I would definitely trust him. Jake, how's it going? First Tribes of England, they are taking out the Lions to get Cubs. This is the thing, isn't it? Like, I don't know. Kim, there is a big difference between reacting and responding. Paul tends to react to everything. Okay. PJC Net, don't watch all his videos, but Paul Thorpe does some decent videos. Not seeing anything that would sound alarming bells, you know. No, not to me either. I don't really understand what's his crime. Like, what's he done? Like this witch hunt against him. He galvanizes an audience. He is one of the biggest voices, and I don't think he's saying anything that's detrimental. So I don't understand. Eddie Cole, yes, Richard is a genuine guy. 100%. 100%. Get behind people that you have trust in. I would firmly have trust in Rupert Lowe. I would have trust in Richard Inman. Do you know what I mean? Kerry, Andy Gabby Cabby said Richard and Danny were all quitting. No, Richard Inman's not going anywhere. He's just not going to be going to the demonstrations in England because they said it's costing him too much. But he's still going to be putting out content, doing demonstrations in Northern Ireland. He's not going anywhere. No, he said that himself. Kim, Richard Inman is former military. He's far more disciplined than Paul. Okay. First Tribes of England, Richard concentrating on God. Andrew, no hate from me, but shows the establishment gets you if they want you. Tommy's the most obvious, well said. Jakey tried to unite the right, but there are dangerous and disruptive elements. Indeed, mate, indeed. PJC Net, the worst thing you can do with any movement is have infighting instead of focusing on the real enemies. Yeah, it's a shame, man. It is a shame. Look, I'm not a part of any groups or anything like that. I just try to reinforce important messages in my own way, right? So I obviously have a narrative on my channel and I push certain things. That's what it's all about. It's not about some people are just fucking show ponies, man. Kim Richard Inman is Irish. He's doing the best to save his own country. No, Richard Inman's definitely English, Kim. He's definitely not Irish. He lives in Northern Ireland, but he's definitely not Irish. I don't believe he's a loyalist. First Tribes of England, £500 each time he came home for 2 days. Yeah, just traveling in general. It's like even when I go to Scotland, I go to Scotland quite frequently, and it costs. It's now on the train costing £209 for a return. All right, then I'll drop the link, mate. Let me thingy this. So fuck knows how much it costs to come from Northern Ireland to London. Fuck, you know. But Fucking hell. Richard Inman's put in years of work, man. Years of work. Nah, anybody questioning Richard Inman, man, they've definitely got some fucking wicked agenda, I'm telling you. As for Paul Thorpe, I don't know that much about him, but I've not really seen anything to warrant this kind of hate. And I don't know why people are fucking counting his pockets. Like, what, these people, little socialists running around, man. Like, what's wrong with these fucking socialist type wankers pretending to be on the right? It's like, what the fuck is that all about? But no, I don't think Richard Inman is Irish. He lives in Northern Ireland, which is Britain. But, you know, I could be wrong. I'd be very surprised if I was, though. Yeah, a lot of hate seems to be just that he makes money, but the bottom line is, if you want to pay and buy a super chat and get your comment highlighted, then that's your prerogative, man. So what is this? We're supposed to be capitalist people, not socialist. Fuck yeah, no. Gary says that's the problem with this country. Far too many in it who get bitter over people being successful. Amen to that, mate. Well said. Very well said. Right, let's add Dan. Is that you, mate?
Afternoon, Dave. You alright?
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. It's madness, all this, isn't it? With Paul Thorpe or whatever. I mean,
I don't really get what his crime is, though.
I
Dan, that's
don't.
what I don't get it. It's like,
No.
what's he actually done?
Been a bit successful, I guess. I don't know. That, to me, seems to be the poison in the well or whatever, that he's doing well and managing to make some money from it. But loads of people do that. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Time is money to most people. If it's not time that you're using to make money, it's time with family or whatever. Time is precious, isn't it? So even if you're spending just a couple of hours through the week or whatever, you know, it's still time you could be used elsewhere, either making money or family time or whatever. So it's
Yeah,
one of them,
I
innit?
think. Yeah, I think that's what people don't understand, or they just don't want to understand. The time that can be dedicated to YouTube channels. Yeah, you're talking like
Yeah.
thousands of hours type stuff.
Well, it seems to be coming from people that sit on YouTube all day because they don't seem to have a life, that are bitter about it. I'm not even going to say any names. People can draw their own
Nah, no.
conclusions.
Let's not
But,
give anybody promotion. Fuck, you know.
yeah. Well, to me, that's where the seeds have been planted or whatever, and then other people are jumping on it. I watched Danny's live last night. I mean, even Danny was saying, Danny Roscoe was saying, oh, you know, we want to see the bail sheets. How would you see bail sheets if you've not been arrested? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they didn't get charged, did they? Yeah, one thing. Yeah,
I mean, there might be
not
something
charged.
along the lines of a receipt for the phones taken or something like that, but there ain't going to be no
So,
bail sheet.
so is that what's going on? They're saying that they're making all of this up.
It seems to be the case that it's like, oh, it's all fear mongering and these things don't happen. I can tell people from my own perspective or whatever before I joined the movement or anything. All I did was expose somebody that had already been done for grooming kids before. He was on his conditions when he was done for it, that you don't hold any places where you would have kids there, so food places and all that. It was in the paper. It was in the local paper that he'd been put out there. He'd already been done for before, and he'd been doing it again or whatever. So I went and exposed the place. I got the paper thing, blew up bigger. I went in the shop, exposed them. It attracted some attention to the point where there's about 60 parents, also concerned parents outside. And within 3 weeks, the business shut down or whatever, moved elsewhere or whatever. In that time, I was confronted with all sorts of police, including counter-terrorism, and he's coming out with all sorts of shit like, oh, racism and this, that, and the third. And I thought, I'm lucky I've recorded everything I've done, because other than that, you're like throwing mad things around that are just nothing to do with it. I never mentioned the ethnicity, the race, nothing at all to me. It was just pointing out there was a dirty pedo in our community pulling the kids into the shop and plying them with drink and drugs. And that, that's already documented. There was nothing they could do other than come out with silly things. Racism and all this. It's like, well, point out where I've said anything racist. Everything's on camera. Here you go. Here's me YouTube. You show me where I've fucking been racist or whatever. Doesn't have a pot to piss in. There's nothing they could do. Do you know what I mean? But
Well,
these things do happen. You do get counter-terrorism. You do get prevent. You do get all these things. So for people saying, "Oh, you scaremongering,"
it only takes one person to fucking. It only takes one person to put in a report or something like that, and they'll act on it.
yeah, they have to. They have to. It's not like they have a choice. They have to act on it, because if they didn't act on it and then something did escalate to something else, then they'd be responsible, wouldn't they?
So what are they to gain though then by making this up though? I don't understand, because it seems very much so like they're just completely moved. Paul Thorpe and that Danny fella. It seems like they're just completely moving away from all of it. So what are they going to gain by making this up? I don't understand.
Nothing from what I can see. I mean, they could have just stayed on it and carried on, drawing money from it, which they was doing. I mean, I don't know about the Danny guy, but Paul Thorpe was definitely drawing money from that situation. He could have carried on. He's obviously having a lot of issues around it and whatever. You got to think he's 64, 65. He's a granddad. He's got money.
It's mad, isn't it? I thought he was in his 50s. You don't look like he's in his 60s.
No, he looks good for his age, doesn't he? I thought that. But I mean, in my opinion, it's one of them. He doesn't need the money. He's already got money. He's quite a successful guy anyway. So, to me, it's not.
Yeah, I reckon. This whole thing it seems like it's just come with more stress. To be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as soon as you point out anything like this, you're always going to have a certain amount of people that will go, "Oh, well, it sounds racist, this or whatever." You're always going to have a percentage of people that will go down that line. So it will bring certain stresses and certain problems and whatever, whether that be in your family, outside your family, circles around you, or beyond that. Not everyone's going to see things the way you are or whatever. It's mad. But
so people are asking for them to provide proof that they were arrested, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's mad.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it? It's a bit harsh. Like, what have they done to deserve that?
I mean,
Fucking
just in that period of time when I was exposing that shop or whatever, over the 3 weeks, I had so many police visits, and they used every tool they could do to try and stop us doing it. You know what I mean? It started off just myself, but it ended up like about 60 concerned people or whatever, which, you know what I mean? I'm gathering if they tried it with me, they probably tried it with other people or whatever. It's just to silence you, to stop you. And all I was doing is exposing someone that had already been done for it. So it's not like, is it not? It is. It's been proven to be, and he's doing it again. At that point, why am I getting police up my door chatting shit? I'm exposing a fucking wronging. I'm showing the locals this is a wronging. Don't let your kids there. That simple. But they tried it. They tried everything. To me, we shouldn't be going down this line of, oh, he's scaremongering or whatever. What we should be doing is putting things in place for people that do want to speak out to keep them safe. I've said from day one, lawful rebellion. Getting that, it's kind of your duty then to expose these things without favour, without fear. It is what it is. As long as you're not breaking the law, you're not breaking the law. You ain't done that wrong. They can't do fuck all to you. It is that simple. I've tried pointing this out along the way for God knows how long.
Seeing Richard Inman move away though, is like that. Something big must have gone on, right? Because he's been dedicated to that for a very long time. So something's definitely not right, and it's a shame, really, because Richard Inman does. I think I've watched Richard Inman for years, innit? And I think he is like somebody. He's always been consistent. He's
yeah,
always been that stand-up person.
yeah,
So, so when you see like people are starting to like turn on him, it's a bit like, okay, this is getting a bit strange.
it is. It is. I mean, it's a mad situation at the moment where I think people are just being played by people in the middle or whatever, which are just running around planting mad seeds or whatever. There's even people running about saying, "Oh, look who Paul's mods are." That DJE Media. Oh, he's a wrong and he's done this, he's done that. It's like, what the fuck? Does it matter who the mod is? Does it really matter? Does it matter if he's fucking? You know what I mean? It's mad.
I think some people see Paul Thorpe as competition, and
Yeah,
I think they're very jealous of the audience that he gets, and
yeah,
they're very jealous that he has an audience that is willing to donate to him.
yeah, definitely.
Let's get it right? He provides entertainment. He goes
Yeah,
live, he talks, people like it, it gives them something to watch, and they give him a donation. That's
yeah,
really about as deep as it goes, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, if Paul's had enough or whatever, and he wants to bow out of it or whatever, it should be a thing of, oh well, at least you woke 30,000 people up, Paul. Thanks for that or whatever. No hard feelings if you've had enough and you're getting a lot of grief or whatever, and you can't do any more. Thanks for the time. It is what it is. Don't need to start shitting on people. It's a mad situation when you do that. You know what I mean? Are you encouraging people that maybe sat at home now thinking, I might do a channel, I might do this, I've got some opinions, I might do whatever. Are you encouraging them, or are you saying, well, if you do, and then you choose to go away, they're all going to be pulling holes out of you. It doesn't
That's
help,
it.
does it?
Bottom line is though, you don't owe anyone anything. No, the only
No.
obligation you got is to yourself. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
if in life, if you turn around and go, okay, this ain't suiting me at the moment, it is what it is, right? Obviously,
mhm.
it's like I don't know, man. It's Charlotte says they should be going after that Shield Clown World. Paul is great. Which Clown World? The Spanish waiter? Which is this another Clown World? What we got?
Well, this is it. Look at how many people entertain that bullshit for how long. Do you know what I mean? It seems to be the same people that entertain that bullshit are the ones that are planting seeds again. I'm sorry, but I can see patterns there, repeating patterns.
Oh yeah. Especially when you've got certain individuals who ran campaigns against the people they're now running a campaign for. Don't
Yeah,
make no fucking sense.
yeah,
It's weird. It's
it is.
fucking weird. People tried to line Tommy Robinson up and the people around him with everything, and now
Yeah,
they're fucking, and now they're the little attack dogs. It's like, what is this?
makes no
The
sense, does
fucking
it?
weird. It's fucking weird.
It is mad. It is mad. I just think people need to think about things logically or whatever and look at the bigger picture. Look at the people that have caused problems earlier on. Is it not just being allowed to repeat itself? In my mind, it is. But
Mate, these fuckers are fucking. They'd use anybody. Like
yeah,
these will use home. Like, hey, it's like
yeah,
fucking. We've heard them, right? We've heard them
yeah,
say what the things they said.
yeah.
But
This
it's
is it.
yeah,
Hope not
fucking
hate has
weird.
been covered up by the people that are now going, oh, Paul thought this, Paul thought that. You know what I mean? They're the people that have literally covered up for the shady moves of hope not hate. All these things are documented, so
It's like certain people trying to call Paul Thorpe a plant. If Paul
yeah,
Thorpe was a plant, he would have been encouraging people to go out and commit acts of criminality
yeah,
after Southport. He
yeah,
didn't. He did the opposite. He did the
yeah,
absolute opposite. If he was a fucking plant, he would have been encouraging people. Yeah, go out there, get onto the streets, fucking this. He did the absolute obvious. I mean,
yeah,
sorry, opposite. And he was attacked for it, which is
yeah.
bizarre.
That's it. All he was saying is not in my name. It's got to be kept clean. It's got to be whatever. If you're throwing bricks at the police and you're burning shit down, not in my name. Everyone wants that. If you want to attract the masses, that's what you do. You
That
don't do
seemed
the
like
opposite
common
of
sense
that.
to me.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But apparently he's a plant and this, that, and the other. And oh, look who his mod is. And it's like, fuck off. Look at the state of the people that are pointing the fingers. You've got shit all over your fingers anyway. It's like you can't point them fingers when you've got shit all over them, especially when it smells of hope, not hate. Sorry, but these people are wonky as fuck.
I agree. I agree. That's why it's all weird. And again, I don't understand. It's like people at the moment they're saying about Paul Thorpe, him falling out with his son. Yeah, it's not a good thing, but it happens.
Yeah,
People, families
yeah,
fall out. It's like what the
yeah,
fuck? And what's that got to do with anybody else? It's weird.
yeah. I had someone jump in the comments when I ran a premiere the other day, or whatever, and who said, "Oh yeah, but look what Paul Thorpe's son sold some dodgy watches." It's like, well, look at the people that you're here from your, I'm not going to name the name, but from that little shit community. Look at the people around that. Should we look at what their sons have been done for?
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
it, does it matter? Do you know what I mean? Is it better or worse than fucking? Is it better or worse than selling a few dodgy watches? Who cares? Who cares? It's not. It's not relevant to anything.
Yeah, it don't make sense, does it? It's like fucking. But look, I gotta be honest, right? I don't watch Paul Thorpe that much. It's just
Yeah,
I
man.
don't understand the certain types of attacks and campaigns that's been run against him. And also at the same time, when I see Richard Inman saying he's moving away and he's getting attacked, I'm like, okay, something's not right here. Something's very weird. But who are
Yeah,
they going to play? Who are they going to replace Paul Thorpe with?
yeah,
Who's the
exactly,
person who can galvanize that audience?
exactly,
Because they can't.
exactly. I mean, the only other choice would have been Liam Tufts or whatever, but he's busy. He's got businesses and family and whatever. Not everyone's got the time, which some people have managed to put in. If Paul's managed to make a few quid while putting in the time, I don't care. Don't give two fucks. It's like when people say, "Oh, Tommy Robinson's a grifter." I don't give a fuck if he's got a gold Rolls Royce with a gold fucking drive with golden bricks and made his hat. I couldn't give two fucks. Do you know what I mean? These people deserve whatever money they do get, because look at the fucking risks involved. Look at the shit involved. It is what it is. Money is just
Tom,
money.
yeah, I've said this before. I've said this for a very long time. Tommy Robinson deserves every single penny that he makes because the
Yeah,
shit that he highlighted is more fucking important than money. Because if it
yeah,
wasn't for him forcing the issue, they would have absolutely and completely have buried, even more buried, what was going on up and down this country at the hands of Pakistani Muslims.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you look how long it's been covered up for. There was no intention of ever bringing it to light and dealing with the problem. They've just buried it. You know what I mean? It's mad. Just that one thing alone, Didsbury Mosque or whatever, where everyone cries about where I've been outside or whatever. It's like there was an investigation from the police that went in to Didsbury Mosque or whatever. For 12 months it lasted or whatever. And in that 12 months, they managed to find no evidence of hate speech, business as usual, just carry on doing what you're doing. Despite Tommy Robinson actually turning up and playing what was said inside, projecting it on the walls and letting everyone hear what was said outside. Do you know what I mean? Despite all that evidence, the police couldn't find out. It's like they're not trying to deal with these problems. So we have to think outside the box.
Look what Tommy Robinson said, 10 years ago about what's happening with the inside of our jails, how it's being controlled by Islamists. And now
Yeah.
we've got fucking elected MPs coming out saying, oh, our jails are being controlled by Islamists. No shit. Tommy Robinson told you 10 years ago.
Yeah. Pretty much everything that Tommy said has come to fruition along the way,
Oh,
and you
absolutely.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And now you've got like mainstream people talking about it. So yeah, it's like he's definitely pushed the Overton window on certain things, and he's
Yeah,
made sure that certain things don't go away, and that's why he is worth his weight in gold. It's as
yeah.
simple as that.
Some mad shit always seems to go on when Tommy's in prison, if you notice. It's like
Yeah,
they just
shit.
go, right, Tommy's in jail, let's start some madness up again or whatever, but
The mice starts playing it, does it? But
yeah. I mean, it weren't that long ago. The person that's pointing the finger now saying, oh, Paul's a grifter, this, that, and the other, was calling Tommy a grifter, if you remember.
yeah,
Do you know what I
it's
mean? It's like,
bizarre. It's fucking bizarre.
people have got mad short memories, and then when you've got people like Danny Roscoe being dragged into it, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here?
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't make
nuts.
sense. Stop Do you know what I mean? Stop attaching yourselves to knobheads that have said and done the worst things. It's just mad. It's just mad.
Yeah, I knew there was a campaign being run against Paul Thorpe on behalf of certain people when certain people were saying certain things in it, and then now all of
Yeah.
a sudden, yeah, it's like
Well,
there's
it
a
was
lot
back
of
a
shit.
while back when it started, didn't it? Them seeds being planted, we addressed straight away. And then it's just kind of carried on from there, hasn't it? They've just been waiting more for a moment and they'll grab whatever they can when they can. It's all clout chasing shit from people who shit their channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Some people are literally just doing it for clout because they've.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're not going to replace Paul Thorpe.
Nope.
He can actually galvanize an audience. I can't ever even come close to that. But with him, he's got something where people like to listen to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, give me 1 minute then.
So
I'm gonna have to get off then. Someone's just come round.
so mate, no problem. Nice to speak to you anyway, Dave.
Cheers for jumping on, mate. Take care.
All right. Take care, mate. Bye bye.
Right. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you could hit the like on the way out, I would appreciate it. Take care, guys. Have a good day.